The Lono Flow S. That is an absolutely gorgeous looking shoe. Unfortunately, I cannot really wear that very much because that's a size 45. My previous Lonos were a 44. They were a bit tight because of the damn Vivo toebox, but I think it's kind of even worse in this release. I'm not sure. Now keep in mind, black one is a size bigger. Can you see that it slopes even more? Freaking hate. I just hate my life with this kind of stuff. Why are you doing this Vivo garbage? Why are you doing this stuff? It's not good. Vivo is the best brand, but nobody can wear them because they destroy your small toes. It's like they hate. They advertise love for feet and feet display and foot shape and feet health, and then they just destroy your small toes. And you're like, okay, size up. Guess what? You can't, because then they get too long. Again, I was gonna make a video about my Vivos. I sold and returned all of them. I'm just done. Because they're so good, but it's so frustrating that I have to deal with this toe crusher toe box. This is Saguara toe box in comparison. Look at the width. You probably can't see that on camera. Anyway, it's a lot of more rounded on the Saguara. It doesn't slope in at all like that. There's no comparison. So I sized up from these guys just to try. I knew they were going to be too long because, again, Vivo toebox. I don't think it's as bad on the regular Flow, but on the Flow S it's even worse. There is a redesign of the toe guard, again, as you can see, and I think this is contributing to it. I'm not sure, same size for same size, how I will compare, but in this bigger size, my toes are scratching the outside of the toe box, getting caught in it, and it's really annoying, even though they're bigger. And the thing is, but of course it makes sense because they're too long, so my toes are barely in the toe box, in the toe guard. But the thing is, I'm actually tripping around because they're nice and flexible, and I'm just tripping around. You will see it even in the B-roll, just trying to walk. I tripped twice. There are basically marks here from my tripping. So I cannot use those shoes. They're so good looking. You can't necessarily tell on camera, but when you wear them around, they just look great. At first I was mad because I thought maybe I should have gotten the black and white, but no, this carbon, I absolutely love this, especially with a black gym outfit, perfect. So if those fit you, you're good to go. They're amazing shoes, honestly, and I'm not even working with Lono anymore. I'm not an affiliate, they even deleted my links. They are weird people, they take a while to reply to you, they make some irrational decisions, maybe they hate money, I'm not sure what's going on. But either way, they make good shoes, so I'm not gonna lie about that. The thing is, that's all I'm wearing right now, because it's just a perfect slip-on shoe. If it was a bit wider, and maybe if it looked a bit less goofy and more like generic, because I like this generic look, it would be perfect, because even this slightly thicker outsole, it works amazing in urban terrain, like pavement and stuff. You have enough feel, but you have enough protection as well. It actually has replaced the HFS in my heart as the best all-around shoe. This is an insane shoe, and if you can get it in this color, even better. But what other differences do you have? First of all, you have flat laces, whatever, doesn't change much. It's still on the side. I put it in the center because I don't want it to look like a girl's bow or whatever they were going for. It just looks ridiculous in my opinion. But anyway, big difference. This doesn't come with an insole, and I don't think the website tells you it doesn't come with an insole. So you can't really, because I sized up thinking I could also keep the insole inside, but there is no insole. Of course, I could use another insole, but the thing is, big difference. As you can see, maybe you probably cannot see it, but it doesn't have exposed stitching. This is completely finished as a construction. This one, the stitches are exposed. It's still a finished construction, but the stitches are exposed, and I don't like the design ever. Especially in the back, you probably cannot see it, but they start to wear down. Your foot will destroy everything in this interior, along with a sock liner. So exposed stitches, they will go down eventually. You wear them enough, they will go down. So it's very good that this is completely finished. There is no stitching exposed, nothing about it. Absolutely perfect. Too bad with this toe box. I wish they made a wider version. Maybe come up with a wide Make them like those Saguaros. Can you do that, please? This is a perfect toe box. It looks great and it's wide enough. But they have also changed the outsole. Again, kind of a genius design. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe it's AI doing those shoes. Maybe. But you see here you have the cross kind of thingy. I'm not sure how you would call this. Helical, whatever. And then you have the same but opposite. It goes inside. So you have an outside lug and then an inside lug. They're the same, but one is outside, one is inside. It's amazing on the dry. No, it's also a good hybrid terrain. Like if you're gonna do some trail running and stuff. Dry trails, it should be absolutely perfect. Not so good in the wet. So what they do, they probably saw these complaints. They keep the 3 thingy here. And instead of having, they keep the opposite. So it's the same, but then they add pads. Again, kind of like similar shaped pads between the positive lug and the negative lug. Those pads basically surround the negative lug, so you have more surface area, just like that. You have the same outsole but the same surface area. I expect this to do a lot better in the wet. And also you have suction because those are very close, so you will have some suction. I haven't really tested them in the wet because it doesn't rain here anymore, by the way. Climate change, yeah, you like to deny it. Go up in my mountains here surrounding Athens. First time ever, no snow in any mountain except for the tallest one, only at the top for a few days. There used to be every winter the mountains surrounding mountains will actually become absolutely white, like glaring white. There was so much snow on them. And it was also snowing in the city every winter, maybe a bit, only on the cars, or maybe actual snow like everywhere on the roads. It's gone now. You don't have snow anymore. So screw you if you don't think climate change is real. Ski centers are closing down. You think because there is more snow, there is no climate change. No, that's because the cold fronts are weakened at the poles, so they bring the extreme weather downwards. That's why it snows in freaking Florida. Anyway, that's another rant. Thing is, absolutely genius outsole here. So this is again almost a flawless shoe. They kept the fabric toe guard and also put the plastic size. I like this plastic because in my first review I said it should be plastic. At least you have one of the main contact points plastic here, so you can clean that. Of course it's black, so you don't care. I think they should probably make the whole toe guard like that. But the thing is, they have redesigned, and also there is a different design here. So whatever. I think now this is supposed to be more stable. That's why it's called the S. I think it means the sports model. I'm seeing no difference whatsoever in stability. Of course I haven't done any crazy testing, but I don't feel it. The thing is, this feels more unstable because I think this material is actually thinner. Look, I can feel it stretched. I do this, I can feel it stretch. I do this with that, it doesn't stretch. I'm just scratching all like this stretch. This I cannot show you this on camera, but this is so stretchy. You have no idea. It's like freaking like a sock or something. Pantyhose. This, it's not stretchy at all actually, now that I noticed. Yeah, there is very little stretch. Of course it's comfortable, but this is insanely stretchy. So again, I sized up thinking those were gonna be stiffer, but this material is just, look at the play, look at the play here. If you do this, look at the play on the upper. It is extremely stretchy, so I'm not sure how this is supposed to be more stable. My foot is like swimming in that thing, especially because it's sized up. If I do the same with this, can you see? It doesn't, there is no, very little stretch. But if you do it with this, look, pantyhose. So the upper is clearly a lot stretchier, so I'm not sure what they're talking about with the stability thing. There is slightly redesign maybe here, but okay, those are not more stable shoes. I'm not sure what they're saying. I think I even saw a review, maybe Jake the Free Friend said it was more stable. I don't see how you can have a super stretchy upper and have a more stable shoe. Like, you have to run some serious construction here, and they haven't done that. This is still very soft. These overlays here are soft. So in my opinion, this is a much less stable shoe than the initial Flow, and it's bigger. Unfortunately, I cannot compare size for size, but it is what it is. I think those will last forever, I really do. This is a very tough outsole. This is a nicely constructed upper. There is no... maybe minute separation on the bending point, but this is basically nothing. You will get a good bond here because of the knit. Knits are very porous, so they have a good bond. So yeah, that's it. Enjoy your Lono Flows and Flow S, whatever you like the most when it comes to looks, get that. But be warned, I think the S slopes harder than the regular. I think so. I'm not sure. This is a size bigger again. So yeah, I'm gonna see you in the next one. See you.